Yo! Oh, 1 second. Ugh. How we doing? How we feeling? We feeling good. That's good. Placidon, Cleo, Joe, Colin. Welcome. Oh, this thing's kind of... There we go. Very good. Bloody, what's going on? How the heck we feeling? So I was messing with this before stream. Just seeing what I could come up with. And this was the loop that I made the other day. And I was kind of just putting some pieces together, just seeing what can come out, and something kind of came out. And I kind of had an idea for this verse, and I was like, okay, before I dive into that, let me start stream. And so, you know, in terms of the mix, I did not a lot, but, you know, kind of a lot. I did some stuff to the snare, nothing to the toms yet, some overhead stuff, some, I think some room stuff, just some clipping. And that's it there. Some stuff on the bass, stuff on the guitars, and then some stuff on the master, my usual things, which now that I'm thinking about this, I need to do this and just make that a thing. And so... yeah, that's kind of what it is right now, and what I need to do is, so what I was thinking immediately was just doing this whole deal right here, this sort of thing. Of course, this one. Oh. The Artisan updated his plugin. Oh, cool, dude. Whoa, a colored kappa. That's awesome. We need the gold kappa. Super well designed. It's free. Ooh, awesome. That's awesome. Ooh, anally expanded. That's, I'm excited. Yes. I think that might be something that I need to get to sooner rather than later. That might be something that we get into probably next stream. See how far we get with this. Because I have a general idea of where I want to go with this. Kind of. But, you know, nothing like steering too far away from what I've been doing. Trying to keep a theme here in terms of this sort of songwriting, because some of this stuff will have a home, you know, at some point, and so kind of keeping a theme there would be nice. And so, yes, please. So I really just want this to be something real chill. Which, why is this in... this needs to be in F minor. Um, this. This. I need to chill this out. And I think it's this shimmer. She too crazy, bro. Okay. Da 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 da. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Down, da, down. Da da da. And then this again. Started doing your thing of writing little ambient melodic loops today. I think it's going to be a game changer for me, and I had a blast doing one today. Dude, that's awesome. Freaking awesome. I love that. I'm glad that you of all people are doing it, man. I would be curious to know what it sounds like, you know what I mean? I'm also going to be lurking today, trying to get some stuff done on the side right now. We'll pop it. Yeah, no worries. I'm literally just kind of writing some stuff, you know? And so I might just be kind of in the zone too. Oh, cool, dude. I'll definitely check it out then. Just saying hi before I leave for work. Silverhand, appreciate you, brother. Good to see you. Good to hear from you. Appreciate you. Um, Going to give that plugin a try. Oh, nice, Placidon. Yes, not same here. I need to get that. Um, Bloody, what synth do you use to make those ambients? So there's a few things going on in here. If you want to see exactly how I made this on stream a few days ago. And so you can see how I went about making all of them, but you can see everything is in Omnisphere, but I will solo the things so you know what each thing is. Oops. So I actually have a little bit of overdrive going on in it too. This was an experiment, but I like the way that it sounds. And then I have this sound. It's a little like brash on its own, but like having it combined with this sound adds a nice little layer. And then there's this guy here. And so that's all of them combined here. And then I have like a little vocal sample here. So you can hear I need to cut this off here. So what I'll probably do is just that. And then for this part, I'm actually using this little guitar thing. And you can see, check out my velocities here. Dun, 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 dun. That's the way I see it anyways. And I feel like because when I play it, I would be doing... And so that's kind of how I see it. Actually, it was funny because I was actually doing this when I was like trying to think of that pattern. And I was like, oh, I kind of like... It's like, oh, okay, okay. Makes sense, makes sense. I think I'm overthinking this too much here. We're gonna get basic. Basic on them. It's like I pull it off at the worst time. Come on. There we go. We're trying to keep this basic, baby. Okay, so we have to keep this on the 16th notes here because... I don't even want the drums to be too crazy either. I'm also gonna mute this for now, because that's crazy. God, done. I think it's this. I already know that I like this, and so I'm just going to continue to kind of do that. I like what the bass is doing there. I think it's here, though. A little bit further back here. Here. So I feel like too, like in between here could be some things. I think it's here. Yep. So this needs to be here, because I feel like with the hi-hat, I would like, I'm immediately doing this. And so what I'm noticing is it's going to come right after that hi-hat. Indigo, what's going on, player? Long time no hear, man. Can I have some distortion and other effects and ambience that is automated to increase and by extension. Oh, talk about mud pies. Maybe? Yeah. Adding some pedal hat pedal shenanigans could go a long way towards making it feel a bit more, I guess, dynamic. So, I don't know if I want even that. I think I literally just want... I can try to do the old edge, the edge boy. But I don't even know if I want that. I want that to be late. I want that to be late right there. Dun, dun. I think I hear it here. Dun, dun. Yes, please. Where's the hi-hat at? So I almost... Okay, 1. That might be my new little rule there. Wherever that hi-hat. Because, again, that's the move. And, I don't know if... I guess I can just call you Indigo. I don't know if you agree with that the same way. You know what I mean? Like when you're doing ghosts. Because then when you get here, you'll be doing this. I don't know. I want the fast snare. So this kick needs to be here. I have to turn off this bass here because it's kind of throwing me off. Maple, what's going on? Oh, cool. So we need to think about keeping it simple but tasty, right? Like that's the whole goal with this. That's my whole little guideline. And so just keeping it really just groovy, you know what I mean? And so that's why I'm kind of thinking of this whole thing here. Like I literally just thought of this just now. Like when I play drums, I automatically do this. It's like right after the hi-hat. It's like almost like a it's almost like a second nature thing. And so thinking about that. Is your E note the hi-hat? So it's both. So it's this, edge, and tip. So you know what I mean? I don't like this. That's too much. That's we can do like maybe a little fancy thing there. I mean, a fancy fill, maybe. That's the move, dudes. So if anyone's programming drums and you're not sure, that's the move. Da, 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 da. That's going to be my new kind of like little guideline there because it sounds the best. Like for example, right here, I have, and so I can't do the double. However, I can still put a little ghost in between there. Another example here, this I could do this. This I could do doubles if I wanted to. I just chose not to. I could keep them going here if I really wanted to, but I kind of like the space. We can see how it goes in terms of that. But another example is here. See this here? There's a gap. So then I can bring that there. And then, so this snare is hitting here, which is fine. So I'll leave this blank. And then do this little thing here. Yeah. It's starting to make more sense. Okay. So it's hard to or I guess it's easy to do that, you know what I mean? It's easy to go overboard with drums. And so I think what has helped me to kind of keep my songs a little bit more realistic is thinking about that, you know? Like, okay, so I have to be here, and like, you'll see me in my streams, I'll just be like, okay, can I do this? You know, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, okay, then I can program that, you know? Dun, dun. So, okay, so I want this again. And it looks like I want this, and so I'll take doom da da doom gat gat doom gat gat, yeah, doom gat gat doom gat da doom. So I'll do little high tom. Cat cat doom doom. Now where? That's where we need to find out. But these are going to be little ghosties. So it's going to be this one's going to be lighter than this one, may be an accent. Or like a little bit louder. So it looks like it wants to be here. And sometimes what I'll do is like open the hat. You can even start with a little roll here if we want. Let's experiment here. So this wants to be here. That's not bad. So even with this here, like if you wanted to, instead of that, bring it down to the kick. Do something like this, maybe on the right side or something. Because then we have that turnaround. Not bad. So this is too loud. Bringing it down to 89. do the typical thing here, because why not? And I need to get rid of this. What'll happen? What'll happen if I do this instead of this? I'm going to try to do pedal hat there to close it. Oh, interesting. I wonder if I just bring this really low. Cool. I like to program simple and play extra. Yes. I think the extra just comes naturally, though. And I mean, you know, you may agree with me on that. Like if you program, it's kind of like the thing I'm talking about with the vocalist thing. Like you're going to program everything in such a simple way that the vocalist is going to be able to play around. Then you can do the thing. But if you leave room, like Cleo was saying, for the improv, that's when it, like I can do this on the drums, and so I'll sit there and do it. Maybe I'll program that out or like record me playing it and then just kind of watch to see what I do. That's interesting. Do you ever do that? I keep wanting to call you by your real name, but I don't know if you want me to. Have you ever made a song that you couldn't play in a drum set because it felt awkward but sounded good on MIDI? Um, I think like in early Retina stuff, I think so. But then when we got, when like I had my drummer play it and I noticed it, I changed it. You know what I mean? I changed what I did a little bit just to cater to that. But then there's also that like fine line of like, can he not do it because his skill isn't there and I should leave it there so it makes him better? You know what I mean? And so I think there's that fine line. Like leave it in there if you know that it's possible so they can use that as a tool to get better, because we need to get better together. But I'm liking this. I think I might do the tom thing here because I really liked. This isn't bad. So now let's see what I think I need to do. Since I have this, is I need this to follow. Possibly. Because another thing that I can do is just da 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 da. You know? Kyle Ritter over on YouTube, what's going on, dude? He says creams. Oh, thank you, man. Okay. So it looks like it's pretty close. So maybe what I'll do, maybe I'll have him accent there. This is interesting here. I kind of like that. And so I'll have that carry over to here. This is another one here. I don't know if I like where it's like changing this note, possibly. I don't know. This, look at this. This is interesting. Do I get rid of that right there? Is that going to be too weird? I don't know. It's hard to determine without, like, some sort of, like, vocalist, you know? I want to do octaves there so bad, but I feel like I always do. I gotta not fold it. Ooh, okay, okay. I might do that. That it was an accident, but bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum. Bum, bum. This. That's not bad. Let's see. What about Octopus Drummer on MIDI? Do you ever cheat and have more than 4 limbs? Typically not much anymore, dude. Probably back in the day I did a lot more, but like not too much anymore. Because again, I'm thinking of like eventually someone's gonna play this. You know what I mean? Someone's gonna play it. Colin, I always think of leading hands and leading foot for patterns now. Oh yeah. Allows you to get away with more. Yes. And think about something too. Everything is just, that's all it is, but you're just changing limbs. You know what I mean? Like you can do this. Like I learned this when I was really like practicing drumming like crazy was Nate Bulla. He was like, it's literally just, you know, hits. But you're, instead of doing it here, you're just changing where it's going. You're changing, like you're using your foot or whatever, you know? And so it's like, you know, it's interesting to think about when you think about it that way. Like they're literally just, and wherever you place them, it's going to sound differently. You know what I mean? That's why it sounds different, whatever, because it's a different drum, blah, blah, blah. Oh, do you have a band? Yes, Retina. Thank you, Colin. I'm gonna lurk and practice playing with this in the background, dude. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you for stopping in, man. Good to hear from you. Let's get a little context check here. could probably just come in right away. So this is me kind of preemptively thinking about singer room, you know? Keeping this down low. Possibly even bringing the snare down. I don't know. This is what's so nice about those vocal samples, because then you can kind of just test it out. I need to get more. But this isn't bad. This is a good start. So here is when maybe we can start thinking of some sort of pre-chorus thing. And typically what I think might be a good idea right now, just thinking off the top of me down, is so with Odin, ooh, kind of want to think of which limb is going to do that. Usually one limb holds it down, so you got to think about how your velocity will work with endurance. That's true. And when you do your doubles, you know, when you hit, it's kind of hard to do it with the pen, but you know, your technique is kind of this, you know what I mean? And so when you hit a surface, it's usually going to be the first hit that's going to be, because when you hit the second one, it's not going to be as hard. It's usually this one. Dun, 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 dun. You know what I mean? So it's literally, that's the move. And so thinking about it that way. Guitar two. Guitar two. Yeah, so for me, like those doubles, like I try to keep them da 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 da. Now with kick doubles, it depends on your technique. But for my technique, I'm doing this. And so it's going to be dun 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 dun. Yeah, the Muller stuff. I do Muller for sure. I'm more of a Muller guy for sure. Um, the whole whipping motion, you know what I mean? And so, yeah. It's really good to think about those things, but I think for people who are just like, what are you guys even saying? Watch drummers and really watch drummers. Watch them in slow motion. I think that's a huge thing. Watch them in 50% speed. Like, you know, you're going to see that motion. Even when they're like on a ride, you're going to see them just... It's crazy. I think it was this one that I liked because I'm ready for Nolly X, by the way. I'm ready for Nolly X, dude. It was the Nolly washed out. However, I turned off this delay and turned these on. Stereo. And I brought this thing way down. Think we're in that? Yeah. Interesting. Dun, dun, dun. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, mm. Possibly. Michael, what's up, dude? Have you ever tried Voices of Rage? No, dude, but I feel like I need to get it, but it's like it's so expensive. I think it's like $2, isn't it? Voices of Rage plugin. 120 bucks. I feel like I should though, like that might be something I need to get as well. Thank you for reminding me of that. I have Nelly and Petrucci. I need to get the Petrucci one. I'm very tempted. Dude, I know I am too. Like, as soon as I start getting more monies again, I'm going to get me some more plugins, but I still have to pay off to this thing. This expensive thing. Hello. My camera broke, so I had no choice but to, like, invest and, you know, finance one of those. So I'm glad I did. Before we get into Bossy X. Oh, yeah, I don't know. We may get into Bossy X first before we get a Nolly X. You know what I mean? Oh, Swing, that's good to know, man. Thank you for letting me know that. I need that. I haven't heard it yet, and so I need. Do you guys? I mean, do you guys swear by? I know. I think it was Colin that first told me about it, and so, I mean, what do you guys think about it? It's pretty good. Mm, mm, mm. I'm gonna do this again. And I think instead of getting crazy, I feel like I'm overdoing this. Maybe something like this. The updated Voices of Rage with new stuff, but I haven't seen someone demo it with the full extent. Oh, just like Guitar Layers, really comes down to how you use it and learn it. Oh, I see. Centers also has Victor. Michael Kahn has told me about that. Yeah. So when I apparently it goes down to like $50, and so that's something that I may look into as well. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm excited for. How's the palm mutes? Try to get it set up for I think I wanted to be panned just for to keep it open in the center, you know? I'd say about par with Odin. Oh, okay, for palm mutes. Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't know. Odin is it's been treating me pretty well, you know? There's some things where I'll have to switch over, like for example, this stuff here. I'm using Hydra just because I like the way the lower notes sound in it, you know? Like, you can actually have a lot more dynamics. Is this what it wants? So here's a little hi-hat thing again that I can do. Possibly. Daka. Interesting. What is this? What is this? Do we do the old Why not? I'm gonna go even lower. So what I think I'm gonna do is I hear that somewhere. Here? Ooh, I gotta take that low end a little bit out of those toms. I think it can only be one there. Sounds weird. Ooh. So Swing, I don't great buddy over in the chat, Akita. He introduced me to this great tool here, DI Fix. And this is awesome. And Colin will be able to explain it a lot better than I can, but I think what it is, it's like going into a preamp, you know what I mean? But instead of it's my guitar, it's Odin. So I'm going Odin into a preamp where I can add additional things with this in terms of intensity, input gain that'll add some saturation and stuff, and then some out, and then I could change this, you know? And so this is nice. I should have put it on these other things, but I just didn't because I didn't think about it. Here, and I literally just default it to the first little tick there. It's kind of my thing. No rhyme or reason. I feel like it gives it a little bit, just a little toughness, you know what I mean? So we need some sort of fill right here. We need something here. And I think hearing it in context, I don't like that it goes right in. So 4. But this one here is... So it's literally... So for people who are watching the VODs and stuff like that, and people probably watching now, if you guys are programming drums and you're new to it, or you're just trying to get better, you can see here that it's a lot like anything that you would do when you're creating something. It's building a basic shape and then starting to add to that. So look what this is. It started with just that, and now look at this side here. And so a lot of it is just, building, having the patience and just building, adding accents, doing things like that, hearing different things and trying those different things that you hear. I can't stress that enough, man. Just because it sounds basic in the beginning doesn't mean it's going to end up basic. And sometimes it will, because that's what it calls for, DI fixes like an exciter and pre. Yes. Dude, that thing I love it so much. It really helped out my tone and stuff, and it took me a while to get it because I just didn't really was just like I don't know about the benefits, blah blah blah, you know. And I got it, and I was like, oh, okay, I get it now. I kind of want little double there. Da 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 da. It wants it. It wants it. It wants it. Choco, what's up, dude? How the heck we feeling, man? Thank you for stopping by. He says good morning. It's 6:53 p.m. over here. What time is it where you're at, dude? Yeah, that sounds, oops, that sounds way better with just 3. So you can see. What about a little ghosty? There's a double, so bring that down. It wants it. It wants it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. This is kind of cool here. I don't want it on the snare, but I think still having like an accent there. Yeah. I'm going to go a little deeper with these doubles here. I was kind of liking how that sounded. Da-ka-da, da-ka-da, da-ka-da. I hear that. Da-ka-da. Now just finding where that is. It's almost like I hear it right here. Yeah. I'm going to put that on there. Thank you for reminding me of that swing. Never heard of DI Fix. I probably need it. Dude. Yes. It helps so much because it gives you the flexibility. It gives you the flexibility to add that little like preamp push that you would get if you have a physical preamp, you put it in, you get that gain going, you're like, ooh, yes, please. So I'll put it on here now because actually for this one in particular, I'm actually using parallax instead of using the built-in effects inside of Nolly. And I'm using the DI. And so what I'll do for fun, I'll add did a fix. The DI fix in there. Let's do something like right here. So what I need to do now that I'm hearing that, I need to do this whole thing. Da 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 da. Sick. Dude, do I want this to like... Why am I feeling like I want this to like... Why am I wanting that? Am I crazy? I don't know. Let's see. I don't know. I'm trying it because I heard it in my head. We'll see. I'm down. I haven't done that in a while. But I need this to be a little bit higher. Probably like... But then what I'll do, just to give it a little bit more oomph, is like something like this. A little bit of variation there. I'm gonna keep that there. I don't know. Maybe not. Not bad. Maybe not this. Let's see. I don't mind it. We'll keep it for now. And I don't even know if I want this to be the chorus. I need another context check, but I think for now, we'll do this. Oh, nice. I used Parallax with Grove Bass. Oh, sick. I don't have that one yet. I gotta get Grove Bass. I will check that. Swing. Bill. Okay, I forgot. When you do some bendies, you have to do that. Not bad. It's not bad. I don't know if I'm liking the notes. It's almost too happy for me. I don't know if you ever get that, but that's kind of a common thing. It's just like, oh, this is too happy. Knox, should I have kept it that way, Knox? Just like, let's throw him off. You have no idea where we're going next. And I feel like this is too busy. Like this stuff here is like there's a little too much going on. Yeah, okay, so let's do this. Another thing that I usually do is I'll just sidechain a little bit so I can get that kick in there a little bit more. So I'll sidechain the kick to the bass. And then I'll just kind of tuck it in there, fast attack, usually fast release. Da, da, da. Can I get away with that? Might have to change some things, but yeah. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. Made some pretty good progress today. We're going more horizontal. You know, we're really focusing on trying to get a structure, not worrying about the details too much, because again, it's always going to start out basic, and then you start, like, for me, one thing that I would like to do is start to add variation in here. I want to do some like cymbal accents, you know. You can see I put this here because we need to add a fill here. This is kind of a thing that I do. Like, okay, we need a fill here. We probably need some sort of fill here, or you know what I mean? And so maybe what I'll do is I will Control E, do this, so I know I want to fill there, maybe a fill, definitely a fill at the end. So we need some sort of fill at the, oops, Control E. And so, you know, thinking about it in terms of that, maybe here as well, Control E. And a lot of things that you do, a lot of the reason why I do this is so I don't get caught up, because usually when I get caught up in things and it takes me a while, I'm like, okay, I have to do a context check, you know? And so the goal is to just keep the momentum, keep going that way. And if you need to go this way, do it for a purpose, to take those things and put them, you know, so you can continue to just grow it that way. Because you can always start adding things the other way too. And so, you know, don't overthink the things. Don't have to overdo it in the beginning if you don't want to. If you want to, then cool. But just know that it's possible that you might lose the momentum. And so think about that too. But yeah, that is all for today. I feel like we made a lot of progress. Trying to think, I feel like there was something that I wanted to show you. There is a few things I guess I can just quickly show you that I have talked about. So I have, I started a Patreon, and there's some cool stuff in there. So the first one is some serum patches. Some serum patches that I made, which I plan on making more once we get to it. My Sounds Like the White Pony demo that I did, I have the multi-tracks in here, so if you want to mess around with those, I included the drum MIDI and the bass MIDI. I also plan on basically making this whole session available for download. And so that's going to be my next task, and so you'll see that in there soon. And then I have the thick metal template, which this is probably my favorite template that I've made, because this song, which just sounds ridiculous, and again, a lot of it happened out of pure experimentation. It just sounds so insane. It's I think it's this one. Prepare your ears. This is this template. So if you want that, it's in here. I didn't change a thing. I only removed, the clips. So you have free reigns, but everything, I didn't touch anything. It's not changed. But you have to have some of the plugins that I have. But I think still, if you have GGD architects, like it's going to be routed out for you, and you're going to at least be able to see the plugins that I used and such. And so, really good one. This is a good gem here, just on its own. I did do another one, and it was called Hydro. This one's a lot louder. And so I might need to turn this down a little bit. And so, one of my favorite templates for sure. I just didn't use it on this one just because wanted to try something different. I think I used it on this one as well, I think. That's the old one, actually. It's this one. And so that's that template there. In terms of the Serum presets, so I actually used the Serum presets on this whole thing. So the pluck that you're hearing, that's this. Trying to think if it's anywhere in the rest of the song. So that sound that you're hearing, this is the deep saw. So the deep saw is a nice sound because you're able to filter it to get that sound. This. That's this. That sound, that's this. And so if you have Serum, or if you're thinking about getting Serum and you want some cool patches like that, these are my two favorite patches. I use them, that deep saw, I use quite a bit. Just because it sounds so freaking nice, dude. And I made it on accident. There's one thing about it though that I think I should probably update that actual patch, because there's some like LFO stuff going in there. And so let me just kind of give you an example really fast. So here, we'll put this in. I'll bring this down. And so in here, deep saw. And so that LFO, I just get rid of by selecting all of these and bringing these up. And so it's a nice sound. But then as you go down in your octaves, lower. So that thing is nasty. And then there is by pluck, which sounds good actually, just like that. Pretty basic pluck. However, when you start to add, you know, some various things to it, like if let's say let's do like a quick chord here. Let's do my favorite, which is this. And then I will add, let's just add an arpeggiator. Let's keep it simple, and I'll just do arp and go all arpeggiator. And so there's it just sounds nice as like a nice filler. And again, keep in mind, there's nothing else. It's just this patch. Everything else is going on in the effects. Let's add this one really fast. Can even do something like, since that's going in 16th notes, we can make this 16th notes here on our grid. And I can do this. I think it's... And so, you know, just these two patches, you can make Doom. And maybe we should use these two patches to make Doom. Yes. Yes, I haven't messed with that too much. But these two patches by themselves are in there. And what I'll do right now is I'll actually... So this patch, I need to save this as... I'm going to do 2. Just so I know. And then I'll upload that. Michael, do you consider yourself a VST guitarist? I'm a guitarist, but I'm currently sampling my A-string guitar. Ooh, nice. So I think right now, when I'm writing, I do. Like, I write a lot of VST stuff. However, the goal with this stuff is to not get locked into my normal shapes, you know? Because, you know, I do play guitar. A good example is... I don't even know if I have it on here. It's on my Instagram, but it might also be in here. I know I didn't do too much in 2022, which is really sad. But I also play keyboard drums too. I don't know if you guys knew that. I'll show you this really fast. That fill. That fill in the beginning. Let me see. Where the freak is it? It might be in here, actually. Render. Here's one of them. I am, dude. Yeah, so it's funny, like I'm one of the OG contributors of GGD. Like OG. It's crazy. I had another one. I don't know where it's at though. Yeah, I don't know. No, that's not it. I don't remember how I recorded it either. But it was a good one. I wish I knew where it was. But I know if I open up the session, it'll just be in shambles because it's been so long since I've opened it up, you know? But it is... this one. Oh, wow. There we go. You should follow me, by the way. Chris Dalbadan. This one. So that's actually sample. That's a sample. Anything else that I could show you that I won't get in trouble for? Or I won't get, like, doxxed for? Not doxxed, but, like, the copyright strike. I hate that crap, man. Makes me sad. More old stuff, but my goal this year is to get some more playthroughs going. Some more guitar stuff, which I need to do bad. Really, really bad. More drum stuff, too. Definitely more drum stuff. A lot of fun. Keyboard drums. I want to do more keyboard drum videos, but my keyboard that I have now is freaking broken, man. And so it makes me sad. Makes me really sad. That's the goal. Let me think. Anything else? If you want to know how to Franken-kit, I have a video on my YouTube channel as well. There's some drum stuff, which I wish I could show you. This one, but I can't. I could show you this one, which I think I showed last stream. And so, yeah. So I do some singing. Is it easier to play on keys or pads? I think it really depends on the person, because one of my favorite, like, finger drummers is David Haynes. And that dude, oh my freaking gosh. It's like, oof. Like, it's going to be, he's got to be like the cleanest, in my opinion. So if you ever want to see a guy who just kills the game, David Finger Haynes, Haynes. And he inspired me for sure to, like, get into it. But however, I just like the way that it felt that way, you know? This is an old one here. This is actually how I got onto GGD, was because of this video. When they seen it, they were like, okay, we need this guy. Very old. Very old. And then I had something, I think it was this one. And so, yeah. All things that I need to get to doing more of, for sure. For sure, for sure. Frankie can't sound like, oh, dude, nice. That's nice. That's really awesome. So, Colin, if you are a part of our Discord, every once in a while he will stream in the Discord. And so, if you want to learn more things, excuse me, then join the Discord. You know, for the people on YouTube, it's in the description. But for people who are in Twitch, that is that there. But yeah, I can really play Kick to Stare at the same. Dude, I think it really comes down to practice. Believe it or not, I can kind of show you. It's an old video. It's a very old video. I need to do an update once I can like get to practicing a lot more in terms of keyboard drumming. But I made an old video explaining how I go about doing it. I mean, like, you got to see how different I look. Let's start at 0. I will link this for the homies in YouTube. And then the homies here. Again, old video. I look so much different. Or I look, yeah. Yeah, look at me. What's going on? It's Chris Badan. Look at my neck.
Today, I wanted to talk about some keyboard drums.
And so, you know, there's that video. It's a little old, like I said. Hopefully I'll make an updated one at some point. But it's not a bad one. It's not too bad. But, dudes, I think I'm going to call it there. I'm going to call it there. Homies on YouTube, thank you so much for hanging out. I see you guys. Thank you for lurking. I really appreciate you guys. And thank you for helping me to get partner. I finally got partner. I got the second tier partner. And so it's like, it means a ton. Really, really means a ton. Like, my main goal is, you know, the reason why I started streaming was, one, to hang out with the homies, but have content on YouTube, you know? And so a lot of these streams are really just YouTube videos, like a live YouTube videos. And so if you guys have any ideas for things that you want me to cover, or, you know, things that you might want to know, or like, hey, how do you do this, or blah, 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 like, ask away. Excuse me. If you're on Twitch, you can accrue points if you're watching live, and you will basically be able to redeem certain things. One of them is song choice. And the cool thing about song choice is, you know, you get things like the White Pony thing, and before I did like an emo thing, and I have a list. I have a list. And the list is getting longer and longer. And so, yeah, it's there. 311, Thornhill, Textures, Hybrid Theory, Carnival, Argent, Sega. Sega Genesis game style. So we have quite the list. However, my goal is to keep it pointed, because it seems like, you know, the metal stuff and like that's kind of my area. And so Some of these may stay on the back burner. I don't know. I have no idea. But the goal is, like my North Lane stuff did pretty well, and that was an unintentional sound like. I just really wanted to explore the concepts behind that, which they put out a new song, and I want to explore those concepts even more because I love me some North Lane. But, these are definitely in that same realm, like Thornhill for sure, Argent for sure, Carnival for sure, Hybrid Theory for sure. So, you know, those are all on the back burner, baby. You aged well, Chris, or went to the gym or something. Dude, I definitely went to the gym. I'm all about the gym, man. When during that time, no, that was like depressed Chris phase. Like it was not good times for me. Really, really dark times, man. Um, in terms of what I do now, it really is all about the gym for me. I mean, this was not too long ago here. I love it so much. It's turned into an addiction. Over the years, I've been addicted to it, but I recommend anyone do it because it's not just a physical thing, it's also a mental thing, like this is when I started to learn the tucked handstands, which I want to get up, but it's all progress. And it really helps with, the other things that you're doing in terms of like instruments and everything like that. And so I recommend anyone go to the gym and everyone go to the gym, but yeah, dude, commit. I appreciate you, brother. That means a ton. I'm just kind of going through the motions. But all right, homies, I'm gonna dip out for now. Now you can do calisthenics. I do calisthenics, dude. Calisthenics are the best. They're the best. They're okay. So bloody, there's a lot of things that I know how to do, but it's just because I'm obsessed with like finding out the things that I need to learn to get to do well in that thing. I get obsessed over that. And I really enjoy like becoming proficient in things. It's kind of again, it's an obsession of mine. Another thing that I do is photography. Like I'm obsessed with photography. I just recently did Periphery's tour. The last one that they did, like the where they did 3 days in Denver, dude, and it was disgusting. It was like the sickest thing ever. Wow, do I not have them? I do. Here they are. Um, this was day one. Day one. Some different shots that I did here. Fun times. This was day one. Sorry, I'm going so fast. What's nice about being friends with Matt is like anytime they come, and he knows that, I'm not horrible at photos, which is good. Because it seems like on these tours they're relying on like content creators like me to just come out and shoot and give them the photos, which I'm all for. Um, this was day two. They did, 2 days, and I was originally only supposed to go for one, but I sent Matt my I stayed up until like 2 a.m. editing, even though I had to work, and I sent them to the boys, and they were like, "Oh, you're coming to the second one," and I was like, "Okay, I'm coming to the second one." And so, yeah, good times. Really good times. It's cool. What's cool about having the 2 days is like the things that I learned and wished I would have done, I was able to do on the second day. Like I should have moved out in the crowd more on the first day. And so I was able to on this one. And so that helped out a ton, you know? And just like how super photogenic these guys are, like really fun to take photos of Periphery. Especially like they're legends, man. They're legends. And Mark is such a nice guy. Such a nice guy. He's the one that, as far as I know, runs the Periphery. He runs the Periphery Instagram. And I just so happened to post that I was there like on my Instagram, and Periphery saw it, which in all reality it was Matt. I mean Mark, and he asked for one of the photos that I took, and it was just from my phone. Next thing you know, day two comes by, and he recognizes me, you know? And there's actually a really cool photo in here. It's coming up, I think. Really cool photo. Cool photo. Alex, of course, had to get the homies, the real boys who make the show. Ah. Tried to get some verticals, which I need to give this to them. Different things here, but again, the cool ones. Oh, this one's actually really cool too. It's actually coming up. This one. This. Look at that face. Oh, you can't see it. Oh, good times, man. Definitely good times. Um, Getting the boys. This one was really cool too. However, it's coming up. It was, I think, I don't know which one it was. It might have been this one, yeah. So he remembered me and he was like, "You, thank you." And I was just like, "Dude, thank you for being awesome, you know?" And so that was a really cool moment because he's one of my favorite guitarists. And so being able to capture that moment of him like saying what up and thank you, like made my whole freaking night. Like, look at this guy. So epic. That was, yeah, unforgettable experience for sure. Oh, so these flares are actually just a little filter that I have. I got it. It was pretty inexpensive. Um, Here, this. I don't know if you'll be able to see. It doesn't really do anything because it needs some. Oh yeah, you can kind of see it. See that? And so this, it spins. You're able to spin it. And I wish you could see what it looks like. Like, yeah, you see those little like lines there? That's what gives that effect. Cheap too. Very cheap. Very cheap. But look, I mean, look what it does. Look at these, like, look at this. I remember when I first sent it to him, they were like, people were asking me, like, did you add that in Photoshop? And I was like, no, dude. That's legit. You know? But I don't see too many people using this particular filter. I'll see people use like they're like little prisms or like little crystals that they'll put on the edge, you know, which looks cool too. I want to get one of those ones that like it's like it looks a little fuzzy, but it makes everything look kind of cloudy and like just dreamy, you know. I want to get one of those bad. That's my next purchase probably. So yeah, good times, good freaking times. But all right, dudes, I'm gonna bounce out. Thank you again. Appreciate you so much. Um, I might be on tomorrow, and we'll just continue on jamming, making things. But yeah, subscribe, like, follow, all those things, and it means the world to me. Appreciate you guys so much. And until next time. Well, we have quite a few people here. At least over in the Twitch. For the YouTube homies, thank you again. Appreciate you guys. All right, have a good night. See you tomorrow, okay?